Does sexism predict infidelity? It turns out, yes. This is a recent study that was published in the Journal of Sex Research in April of this year, and the researchers explored both hostile and benevolent sexism and whether or not there was any sort of predictive strength for men's infidelity. So the researchers looked at both hostile and benevolent sexism, the two different types of sexism that make up what is called ambivalent sexism. And these different forms of sexism exist to maintain a power hierarchy in heterosexual relationships. For more information on what constitutes benevolent versus hostile sexism, go check out my previous video. The results of the study were very conclusive. And the language that the researchers used in their discussion of the results was that both hostile and benevolent sexism uniquely predicted infidelity for men. However, what was really interesting about this study is not just the data that highlighted the potency of benevolent and hostile sexism being predictive of infidelity behavior, but also women's perceptions of risk of infidelity. So you may have guessed that hostile sexism is a bit easier to spot, and therefore women were likelier to perceive a higher risk of infidelity if they ranked a man, their partner, as adhering to the tenets of hostile sexism with more strength. Said another way, the more behavior of hostile sexism that a man exhibited, the more likely it was a woman believed he would cheat on her or a female partner. However, when it came to benevolent sexism, women really underestimated the risk of infidelity when their partner or the man in question exhibited higher adherence to tenets of benevolent sexism. So, in really simple terms, women who perceive men to have higher scores of benevolent sexism or more indicators of benevolent sexism perceived those men to have a lower likelihood of engaging in infidelity. In fact, they misperceived the men's intentions so much so that they ranked men who scored high in benevolent sexism as having a low likelihood of infidelity comparable to men who exhibited no sexist behaviors. So what do we make of this? It really goes to show that benevolent sexism is a sneaky and insidious power grab in our culture, and it is not the safeguard of traditional or chivalrous behavior that many people might want to believe it to be. Because in fact, it does not protect against infidelity behavior. Both benevolent and hostile sexism were uniquely linked to men's infidelity.